Welcome to Afghanistan, folks. We're going to be playing with the Marines in this particular battle, and we're trying to capture a radical cleric quickly before he spreads his message to other troops. The guy is so radical that, in fact, even the Taliban have discounted him, and this town is held by him and his militia. They are, from what I understand, potentially ISIL troops, so we want to be very careful on our approach. Now, we do have helicopter gunships for this, so we might want to go ahead and just use those. I believe I've taken the whole group. Let's go ahead and begin and just get these guys moving. We haven't even opened up with them yet. We could open up so that we have a guy on the machine gun. That's probably actually a good idea. But let's approach and get these guys the hell out of these trucks quickly, because of course we want these men on the ground approaching the madrasa complex over there. In fact, I'm almost certain he's going to have defenders. We can already see a few up there on the ridges, and we're already getting fired at, as you can see. So definitely want to let these guys out, but not quite yet. We don't really have much of a choice with these guys. We may just need to go ahead, dismount, and then quick move over here to this building, take the first floor. With this particular truck, what I'm going to do is I am going to open up. So this will put somebody on the machine gun. I'm going to cancel that original order. I'm just going to open up, and I'm going to try to get a screen, as you can see, behind these buildings. That's the idea, anyway. Do the same thing with this guy over here. But again, I want to change his approach. I don't really like that one. We're just going to have him quick move, quick move. Again, we're trying to get behind these buildings. And as for the other three trucks, well, especially this one with all the machine guns, etc., it's going to be very important for us to get this guy through. Once again, might as well have him open up just to have that constant fire going down on the enemy, but I want to quick move him as well into this location. The last truck will actually approach a little bit later, because I want to see what these guys do. There's no way that that truck is going to be able to move anymore, so are the men going to return fire here? I certainly hope so. Looks like we might also have positions overlooked over here at Hill 29. In fact, quite a few enemy machine guns over there. Let's hope that these opened up locations are going to do us some good. Come on, boys. Oh yeah, look at that. Radical Cleric's troops right there on the roof. We can actually see them. They're now going down to the next floor. But I like this approach so far. It doesn't look like any of our trucks have been hit, which leads me to believe that we might be able to get these guys out safely. Maybe. Alright, so first things first, we definitely want to dismount the men here. From what I understand, we might not even have to hit this dismount thing. We might just have to go ahead and hit the move button. But I don't know, I've had mixed success with that, so I'm going to just dismount this way. We'll try with this one. We'll try the quick move. And I'm not going to the roof yet, guys. I will eventually get all of these guys up on a roof, but I want to be really careful on how I do it. Like, I will do it, for instance, with this machine gun. We'll get him up on a roof. We'll get this MG up on this roof. The anti-tank guided missiles, though, I'm not necessarily sure I want to risk them. But let's just set up this way. So we're completely evacuating with all those men. Of course, we still have enemies over here in the woods. We're really lucky to have just lost one guy there in that attack, actually. But we can't forget we also have that attack helicopter. And I believe that this HQ is the one that calls it in. In any case, we got to get this HQ up there, even though I think it's really dangerous to move him. Here we go. It's too early, of course, to call in air support. We got to wait just a little bit until we have better locations on the enemy. Come on, boys. Come on, come on, come on. That's what I'm talking about, man. Boys are ready for some action. Oh, boy. Hold on a second. Something just hit the side of that vehicle. Thank goodness we got the hell out of it with the machine gunners and the anti-tank guided missiles. It was definitely the right time to abandon those vehicles. No doubt about that. See if these guys can spot anything whatsoever over there. It doesn't look like it. Maybe the enemy's simply not returning fire right now since they know we've stopped. We might have to get on these roofs after all, folks. Just saying. Just saying, that's a severe possibility. Oh, nice, nice. Just got a hit on an enemy technical. Talk about a great end to a turn. But I want to see that again, man. Oh, that's too bad. All right, well, the technical is destroyed. Just look at that thing. These guys are getting into that building. These guys, they're already firing, so I'm not going to really get them to do anything. We'll make sure that we fully deploy the machine gun, and the same thing over here, fully deploy the machine gun. But since the MG's over here, I don't think we need this infantry group over in this area. So let's move them up to level 1. Let's see how that Humvee's doing. I want to quick move him over here and over here. And again, this guy can call in air support, although I don't really want to call it in yet. We could call it in on this area, and we're sure to hit something. The enemy has positions over there, trench works, etc. But we're mainly focused on the Madrasa complex. So that's where we're going to try to go. Alright guys, back to the fight. And they lit that area up. When we get on the roofs, we're going to do it all at once. Because of course we are going to call in or bring in a lot of fire when we get on those roofs. I also want to be a little closer to the Madrasa complex building. As always, guys, if you enjoy these Combat Mission Shock Force 2 videos, hit that like button, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. It really does help this channel out more than you could even imagine. Looking pretty good. The boys are getting in. All right, let's get to the next turn. And what do you know? I knew I had heard something. I went back just to check, but yep. We actually have a gunfight going on right here, guys. Our machine gunner is engaging the enemy there. And I'm not going to get on the roof yet with the rest of our men, but setting up that MG was one of the best ideas we had. Just set that MG up over here, hit that enemy, and hopefully we take out some of these anti-tank guided missiles. Let them have it. Oh boy, that's really close. Take a look out there. Still no contact over there. So as you can see, we either get on the roof or we move a little farther forward. And I'm thinking that actually right now, moving farther forward might be the best approach. Let's not even move yet. Let's just kind of push up a bit and see how the enemy reacts. Humvee is safe. That alone has me pretty damn happy. I say we keep pushing forward. There's really no other way to get through this fight. I mean, there just isn't. You know, we could certainly get on the roof, and we will with some of these units. But right now, I'm just going to push forward. I will get on the roof here with 3rd Squad. And I'm going to have 2nd Squad move up and actually take the 1st floor of that same building. You know, we can also move up this machine gun. The one on the right, I want to keep him right where he is. But for this machine gun, we could put him up on the roof and potentially get some hits against the enemy. We'll also move this squad to the roof of that building. I'm really hoping that we're also not going to be ambushed by troops just out here in the town. I think we're okay, but I can't be certain. I'm even moving up with the anti-tank guided missile team. And over here, we could start calling in air support up here on the hill. We know for sure that they have snipers up there. There's just no doubt about it. And we could actually strike this area. So this might not be such a bad idea. I'm going to call it in, guys. We're going to do heavy attacks, 5 minutes.
Stand by for cast request.
And again, that's hopefully going to at least hit the guys overwatching the rest of our forces. I think it's the right approach. Don't worry, that's our gunner on the right. I know, I was also scared there for a second. Although, if we're going to take fire, we're going to take it soon. Very soon. In fact, we're already seeing one of their anti-tank guided missile teams here. Light them up, light them up. Come on, guys. Oh yeah, we've got infantry right there. Hit them, boys, hit them. Talk about a beautiful sight, man. Oh, you guys got to get back up and fire. We can't have any cowards on this particular mission, guys. It can't happen. There are insurgents everywhere. That damn wall is actually protecting them a whole lot. We're actually fighting a command squad. We're fighting infantry directly ahead of us. Things have gotten pretty crazy, to say the least. Now, one thing I have to do is deploy this weapon. Immediately deploy that weapon. Pop smoke up here on the roof. And I like the positioning of these guys. Let's hope that they do pretty well with this attack. We also, like I said, can't forget about the air support. We can always change it if we want. So let's keep that in mind as a possibility, but let's get back to the gunfight here. Nice! Hit one of the guys in that squad, but unfortunately over here, look at that. Took a direct RPG hit. Yup. Direct RPG hit into the building. Sometimes you just have to know when to run away from a fight, and this might be that situation for us right here. Light him up, light him up. That building is destroyed, so I guess we hit it enough times to just completely annihilate it. But unfortunately, the infantry is almost constantly being pinned. Finally popping that smoke. That should turn down the gunfire just a little bit, and at this point, we're actually engaging insurgents up on the hill. Looks like that's the main force of insurgents we're engaging. In fact, I think I might move forward with the infantry squad down on the first floor. Maybe try to get into a building a little bit closer to this large group of enemies, or maybe we just keep having this gunfight for now. You can see we're getting some pretty nice hits over here and try to take out the insurgents that way. So I think I'm going to do kind of that. So I'm going to take this infantry unit. That smoke is protecting us for now, kind of. Just get to level 1 of this building. There's no reason for the anti-tank guided missile to be here, so we'll move him to the roof of this building. And I'm going to move the machine gun to the roof of this building. Just kind of restructuring our infantry here in these buildings to cover a larger area and be able to, you know, dish out a lot more fire, hopefully. Looks like even our medic is hard at work getting the guys back up, and we are spotting even more enemy units, including potential enemy technicals over there. Let's just keep our wits about us, folks.
Take a look at that. Pay attention.
Trying to approach a lot slower. Before I would have already been attacking, but I don't see the point. I think right now we should just kind of be as careful as possible. And incredibly, 2 of those casualties were helped up by a medic. And that's one of the reasons we want to just stay calm, relax for a bit, and give these guys a chance to help out their friends, of course. What's hilarious is we managed to keep that anti-tank guided missile down the entire damn fight. Just with 1 machine gunner. But we do need to start moving across towards the madrasa complex. And I feel like with that machine gun fire, that's going to be some pretty good support. Also make sure, yeah, it is fully deployed already. We'll do the same over here with this unit. We are going into the lion's den now. But we're going to do this, and then we're going to hunt into that building. So the push begins. I mean, whether we are ready or not, the push begins. And I'm going to move these guys into that building. In fact, I'll do you one better. I'll move them into that building, and I'll go straight to the roof. Here we go, folks. The moment of truth here. The entire team is on the move, and we're pushing for the madrasa. Now, I'm hoping that smoke sticks around long enough to cover our movement, but whether or not that's going to be the case, only time will tell. They're already spotting enemy troops. Returning fire. Not good. We lost 1 man. 2 men, maybe. Yep, 2 men. Still plenty of enemies over there. They are falling back almost immediately as we approach. But we need to keep that gunfire up. We can't have these guys pinned right now. That machine gun firing, for goodness sakes. Alright, 1 down. 1 down. Another 1 down. And I love those grenade launchers. But of course, being pinned is no fun. First thing we want to do here, try to pop smoke. Try to pop smoke over here. Just gonna keep these guys up here. Hopefully they spot the enemy. And one other option is to bring one of these trucks through that still has a machine gunner on it. It's not really gonna do much, let's be honest. Try this. Here we go, guys. Not much to do except try in this situation. Especially when you're pinned the way these units are. We need to get them unpinned. It's that simple. That's it, boys. That's it. Throwing grenades over there towards Al-Burtana building. Nice! Hit them, boys. Hit them. Nice! Good shooting. Good shooting. They might just be able to make the push to those next buildings now that most of the enemy have been wiped out from that area. At least it looks like it. But evidently, we've got more troops even closer here. I didn't realize they were going to be there. And, of course, the enemy up on the hill. But we have managed to do a pretty good job against these guys. Let's just keep up the fire, and pretty soon this unit will also be moving. Look at that. Wonderful gunfire. Keep your eyes on them, boys. Keep your eyes on them. We've got that helicopter attack gunship coming in pretty soon, too. Can't forget that. Unfortunately, lucky shot there by the enemy. I'm calling that a lucky shot, man. Now, let's quick move. We're trying to get into that first floor, remember? And we're going to do the same with this unit. Quick move into the first floor. Yeah, we might as well move up the anti-tank guided missile team. Why not? Let's move them to this building. Here we go. Moment of truth. Might as well watch from the road. Oh! Attack helicopter coming in. More concerned about getting into the house, though. Nice, nice, nice. Get in there fast, boys. Damn, that's some heavy fire. Of course, we are engaged in a gunfight now. This is what we wanted. There's a brave son of a bitch.
Ready to engage. Roger, cleared hot.
Cleared hot, so they are going to be engaging that area heavily. Hopefully they hit that sniper. Well, now that we are in the center of town, man, we've got to truly fight it out. But I think this was certainly the goal. And I'm hoping that our superior firepower can wipe the enemy out here. So if you look up there, you can actually see the helicopter already attacking the enemy positions. We just have to hope that they're hitting, of course, the right areas. The other thing I was thinking is there's no real reason to keep these guys here anymore. Sure, we need them for Overwatch, but we also need to take control of this area. So I'm going to push them forward. I'm going to get on the roof of that building with this infantry unit. I will keep the machine gunner here just because he might be needed to continue firing at this position. But it's really going to be up to the infantry unit that has that location there to try and hold the enemy off for a bit. I mean, there's no other way to put that. And again, I'm not going to move from this position because he's protecting us from the enemies that could potentially charge down there. So let's get it started. Let's hope that that gunship... Oh, look at that. Look at that. That's got to do something. We'll have a look down at our location as well, but I just can't avoid watching the gunship come in and do some damage.
Attack position.
Keep it up, boys. Keep it up. Anybody starts returning fire, these guys will pick up on it and return fire themselves.
Ready to engage.
Come on. And actually, is that a... I think we just saw a health icon pop up. Maybe not. There we go. There we go. Major movement happening. And we're being engaged even from over here, but they are getting into position. Doesn't seem like there's any casualties so far. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. And of course, this is the Al Burna Madrasa building. So we're getting very, very close. Or the Al Burna Mosque building, I should say. Getting very close to the enemy. And I think, just like we did earlier, we might just need to take a turn to let these guys settle into their new positions. Now we know the HMG is safe to move, or the LMG is safe to move. And I think we'll also start pushing forward with our infantry. So let's do this. Let's also move forward with the anti-tank guided missile. As we get closer to that madrasa, I expect things to get a lot more violent, a lot more dangerous. Let's hunt with this unit to the roof here. And the reason I'm doing a hunt maneuver is just in case the enemy starts opening up on us, we want to return fire immediately. We don't want to wait, you know, for the best moment. We just want to go ahead and return fire. So here we go. Not entirely sure that airstrike, or not really an airstrike, but that attack helicopter really did anything, but we have to hope that he at least got some of the job done and at least suppressed the enemy for a bit. I mean, that would certainly help us. Go, getting closer and closer to that mosque. Oh! What's going on? Come on, boys. Got shooters here, but the hunters are not returning fire. Finally! They're like, something must be up. Did you see how quickly those guys reacted? Let's watch that again. Boom! That's right, boys. This is why we have guys on Overwatch. All it takes is one lucky bullet to go through that window, or one lucky launched grenade to go through that window to take it. Easier said than done, though. Oh, surrender! We just had some enemies surrender there at distance, probably inside the complex there. Unfortunately, we've discovered some additional enemies over here. These guys seem to be on it, though. And I'm actually spotting what could be a potential technical. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get this guy on the roof. I'm going to get the anti-tank guided missile on the roof. I'm going to get the infantry on the roof, man. We are taking the fight to the enemy now. No messing around. Boom. Just bringing everybody up topside. You know what we could do with these guys is we could pop some smoke. Boop. Otherwise, there's not much we could do with them because they're kind of trapped in between two buildings. Those guys on the roof are doing a great job, so let's just hope that they keep doing their thing. Here we go, men on the roof. This could be an absolute nightmare for us. But I'm going to leave them up here a turn or two, or maybe even three, just to try and spot targets. Spot targets near the madrasa area and completely take over this particular road. What do you know? Already taking gunfire. I think it's still coming from that same building location. Yeah, we got an enemy sniper there. Doesn't feel safe up here on this roof. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Even though we haven't gotten hit yet, it feels very unsafe. Let's grab these guys immediately. Quick move them to the roof of this building. We're gonna grab these guys. We're gonna quick move them to this building, level 1. And we're gonna grab these guys. And we are gonna go to the next step, the next level. Although we will keep this on a hunt maneuver and just get him to level 1. The machine gun is set up, it's ready to go. And, ooh, we just actually got a rocket strike. Wait a minute there. So it was just an anti-personnel rocket, well done. Because I didn't see any sort of technical or any vehicles at all. Here we go, folks. Whoa, 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 back up. Actually see where that casualty occurred. We'll back up and take a look at that gunfight as well. So it looks like we got in here okay. But maybe the guys going to the roof took some damage. I mean, they are actually providing pretty good overwatch, because evidently there are still troops out there. There are definitely still enemy troops on the hill. Yeah, had to be somebody on this team crossing the street. Ooh, maybe this guy. Just one of the guys on the roof. Unlucky fellow here. Definitely a situation where I think we just need to let things settle. With the exception of this infantry team, let's get these guys to the Al-Burna Mosque. Get them to the roof. But with the MG, I want to go ahead and just deploy that weapon. We'll keep those guys on the roof as well. With this anti-tank guided missile, also no real reason to keep him here, so let's move into that building. That building is pretty much our staging ground for this entire operation.
Okay, Sergeant.
Come on, boys. Come on, come on, come on. Provide that MG cover if we need it, boys. Come on. We'd probably also call in some more air support, but in a situation this close quarters, I get a little nervous calling in air support, frankly. Nice. Guys, we've got contacts. We've got contacts. One of them hit. And there we go. We are on the roof, man. Another one down. And actually, that is an enemy command team. For all we know, that could be the Cleric we're looking for. I love it. We're just going to keep firing and not moving from this position at all. Ooh! Just as soon as I said that, looks like we got hit by an RPG, but we also took out a technical. Let's watch that. Boom! Right through the front of the vehicle. Everyone's taking cover at this point. That must have been a pretty severe strike. But I have to make a move across to the madrasa, and we need these guys to get up soon. We need their commanders to do their work and get them up. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Light them up. A few shots up there towards the sniper never hurt anybody either. And who knows, maybe we will get a lucky shot. And look at that, commander down. That is an enemy commander down, folks. Looks like what they're doing is actually firing those anti-tank guided missiles down at us, which I guess if they're terrorists, that would make sense. It's a quick move, and we are going into the madrasa, boys. No more fooling around here. I want to take a quick look at the guys on this roof. I think they're actually providing an extremely important job, even though they are at distance. So I'm going to keep them here. What I am going to do, though, is try and get those machine gunners up on the roof as well. I think that light machine gun could provide some much better suppressive fire. Here we go. Moment of truth.
Okay, Sergeant. On the go, boys. Let's go.
They are in the mosque. Pretty sure this is the main location that we have to hold. We're just going to hold it here for a while, and look at that, man. An entire ATGM squad wiped out. It is a headquarters squad, interestingly enough. You don't usually see that. A headquarters squad that doubles as an anti-tank squad. So we may have found our man. Because again, that's a very strange combination. So if we wanted to really get like the victory, then we'd have to also, I think, take these hill locations. I'm not sure that's actually necessary, though. If you take a look here, break the resistance by occupying the marked objectives. So yeah, we probably do need to go and take those hill locations if we want to get a full victory here. And one way we could take those is actually moving some of these vehicles up, because some of them, believe it or not, still have machine gunners on top of them. This one, for instance, not this one, this one, for instance. So I'm going to quick move him. And let's just see if we can get him to the South Road at least. But what we'll start doing is we'll start spreading out with some of these units. We could just start making the push up there if we really want to. But I think the best approach is to spread our way north and then sort of northwest, northeast and grab those locations. So let's do that. Boom. One. This is another reason I wanted that machine gun here. Because he can actually return fire to the guys across the way. whereas the infantry can focus on taking those marked objectives. Best of luck, son. We could also send the Humvee out there, but he's got nothing to defend himself with. At least this guy has a heavy machine gun. And look at that! We've got an enemy technical moving, it looks like. Some pretty heavy fire coming off the top there, and our machine gunner is not looking over there. Looks like he's actually focused on where the enemy technical might be. Or no, look at that! Bunch of enemy infantry over by the road, man. Unfortunately, we're hitting all the palm trees, it looks like, and missing the infantry, but I can actually see that technical approaching. This is where we could really use those ATGMs. I think he's spotting him. Yo! Oh, baby! Almost! Almost! Come on now! Come on now! Keep it up! Keep it up! That's beautiful. Definitely a penetrating hit there. I'm just gonna let these guys keep doing their thing. Although, you know what? With our vehicle, we gotta stop him right there, man. We gotta stop him right there. Just gonna reverse. I'm just gonna reverse. I wish you could do a hunt reverse. Oh! Immediately penetrating hit. With just all that infantry there, look at that, guys. Look at that. In fact, if we can get the Humvee to call in some air support, now would be the time. Plenty of enemy technicals getting hit here, though. Come on. Nice. One of those is eventually going to kill the driver. Guys were pretty lucky, man. They stuck it out for a while. We finally got the driver, but they really did stick that out for a while. And look at that, another penetrating hit with our machine gun. I just want to see that stream there. Come on, baby. Right there. That destroys that vehicle. At least shuts down the engine block. And he's got a pretty nasty little weapon on there, so nice to get rid of that thing. Looks like the Emir or the Cleric's men are here to try and capture us. They are none too happy with what we've done here. So let's get that ATGM team up on the roof. Infantry squad also up on the roof. We are, you know, engaged in a proper fight now. There's no point in really hiding our location. They know where we are. So I say we maximize firepower. Everybody goes on the roof here. Everybody. Now, as for air support, I think we have no option. We've got to hit this area. It is the most dangerous area out here, and there are just so many enemies that I say we maximize the amount of damage we can do here. Heavy, 5 minutes, confirm.
Stand by for cast request.
So let's get that cast request, that close air support in here. And keep on fighting, boys. A little too quiet right now. I'd like to see that burning vehicle off in the distance, though. That's always a nice sign, as long as it's not ours.
Follow me, man. Enemy vehicles ahead.
Spot them and hit them. That's right. Keep them under fire. We've got to treat this almost like a fortress at this point. These three buildings are a fortress, or constitute a fortress. And look at that. Really nice shot already on a vehicle just out there. That other technical is moving again. I mean, this is an incredible fight here, man. This is one of the shames about when you record combat mission, is there's enough content here for 4 or 5 battles. But we, of course, need to get this all into one and make it work. There's so much here. Let's keep this fight going. Look at that freaking massive army. Here we go. Penetrating hit on the technical. And sure enough, they are going to dismount behind the building. Very smart AI move there. Big brain AI move. Never good to see them standing up in the woods, because it means they could be making an advance here towards the Ville. Good shot, though, man. Got a hit there on the vehicle. Not too shabby, boys. Keep it up. Let's keep that up. Alright, guys, we did just get some reinforcements. 2nd Platoon artillery support. This is good. We want to get 2nd Platoon up here quickly. We want to make sure that these guys are absolutely opening up as they approach. Because if not, well, we're going to find ourselves in a pretty rough situation, of course, with the enemy consistently firing down on us as we try and make it towards those buildings. So I'm going to quick move. Quick move. Hunt into this location. We probably don't even need to do this. I'm probably being a little too cautious. But then again, maybe in a fight like this, you can never really be too cautious. And if we want, we can probably also call in that artillery support. I wonder if one of our standard men can call it in, like just one of these guys. Just go ahead, get a 60mm mortar. Oh, baby. Alright, let's do it, man. Here we go. 2, heavy, long, and we'll target personnel. 5 minutes.
Request fire mission, over.
So we're about to call in quite a lot of support here to try and take on the advancing enemy. And I think this battle just changed from grab the Cleric to defend the village. So I hope you guys will check out the next part of this battle, and to get that to come a little sooner, you simply have to hit that like button and drop a comment down below. Once we get up to 500 views, we will release part 2, and we will get into the second part here of the fight, which is clearly going to be holding the village, and ultimately, we have to try and make a push towards these hill locations. In fact, what we might have to do is just go ahead and take these guys and do an offensive. Maybe like get over here, dismount, and start attacking, although I think they have enemies there, a bunch of different machine gunners, but that could be one approach. So I'll let you guys tell me in the comments down below what you think the best approach will be, and we shall go from there. Well, thank you so much to our Marines, and let's hope that the end of this fight comes out a victory. We haven't spotted that Cleric yet, but let's hope that he is terrified.